And this is Fox 10 Talk. So closing arguments all morning long. We've been watching and monitoring what's happening in the highly watched Lindsay Clancy murder trial. And so now they've wrapped up. We have a full recap. I mean, this went on for hours and hours. You've got the prosecution, you've got the defense attorney. Prosecution gets a final crack at it. And so what we've done is to just kind of whittle it down to some of the highlights and the most important points that they were making. Also today, hey, we've got the governor coming in just a little while. Governor Katie Hobbs running for re-election, and former Mesa Mayor John Giles is her lieutenant governor running mate. We're going to find out all about him. Plus, fascinating medical story coming in this morning, how feeding your baby sugar can impact their cancer risk later in life. And you will see the pictures of the TSA's #1 cutest canine. And this guy's name is Bolt. And you're going to wish that you would see him every time you go through the TSA line, because he would crack you up. I mean, he's got a personality and a half. All right, let's get into what exactly was happening in court today when it comes to the Lindsay Clancy trial. Closing arguments just now gone to the jury. Take a listen.
Does this turn into this? How? Because of the damn medicine and the lousy medical care that she got.
All of the evidence that you've heard, even the experts that the Commonwealth put before you, say that she was suffering from mental illness and she tried to kill herself. That's not the issue in this trial. The issue is whether, at the time she killed Cora, Dawson, and Callan, she knew the difference between right and wrong.
He indicates clearly, in his opinion, that she was in a state of psychosis at the time of this death, times 3. Has any of the government doctors rebutted that? One of them, Halbrand, said it's possible either way. That's not proof beyond a reasonable doubt.
That telling mandated reporters that you're having a thought of harming your kids, that they might be taken away for their safety, that's a rational thought. And it also shows she knew it was a bad thought, a wrong thought.
This young lady is not guilty of the killing of her children because she was suffering from a disease and defect, as His Honor instructed you. And they're not going to be able to prove otherwise.
Those kids were keeping her from ending her misery. And so she had to remove the protective factor. And I'm not saying she was happy about it. I'm saying that it was what she had to do to end her misery.
Wondering, does this podium up here mean that I'm going to talk to you for quite a while this morning? It does.
And there you go. That's the judge giving the final instructions to the jury before they go into the jury room. And Celeste, we just don't know. We don't know if this is going to be a slam dunk case. You know, they have multiple options, everything from first-degree murder to second-degree murder to manslaughter to not guilty. And by virtue of that, I would have to predict that it's going to be a while, because they're going to take a look at all this evidence, which it's been running for weeks, and then it's a multi-tiered kind of option for which way to go.
Well, and I think there are some people out there who really sympathize with her because of the situation that she was under and having postpartum psychosis. And there are other people who are like, you know, why wasn't somebody there to help her? And so I think it's brought up an interesting conversation. And we didn't know. I personally did not know much about postpartum psychosis until this case came up. Yeah. So I think now, if anything, we're all a little bit more educated on the case. But it is it's just heartbreaking and horrific what's happened to this family.
And obviously there are other people who are like, she killed her kids. End of story.
Yes.
Whatever argument she wants to make, it's first-degree murder.
Yes.
I mean, we'll see how it all plays out. But,
Yeah.
Okay, so these cameras, I don't know if you've noticed, Celeste, but there are a lot more cameras now than there used to be.
They're everywhere.
As you're out
we,
there.
We knew when people had cell phones, but,
Sure.
but the traffic cams are totally different.
All right, so if you haven't heard this story yet, you got to check it. See this guy? This is the IA going before a judge for the initial appearance, and he was caught on camera twice. First for speeding in this area, but second, this is where he got himself into some serious trouble. This is Brandon Ribanera. He is charged with a felony count of criminal damage for kicking with his shoe one of those cameras. They used to mount them up on poles, Celeste. Now they just kind of bolt them down into the ground, and apparently not very well, because a few kicks and it's sideways.
Well, because you can, it gives the officers, the department, the ability then to move them around.
Sure.
So the one that was on 7th Avenue, that's not there anymore right now.
Yeah.
I noticed the other day. And so then you allowed it, allows them to move it around. But the school area, though, school crossing, that is completely different.
Yeah.
That I believe they should stay there all the time. I mean, our children are crossing the street.
Yeah, there you go. And, they've been controversial right from the start. It's interesting. All cameras are controversial. We're seeing these cities give up on the flock cameras.
Right.
And some cities have kind of gone back and forth when it comes to these cameras as well. A lot of people make the argument it's just better to have an officer out there. You want officers interacting with the public. This is a chance to do that. You put a camera up and it snaps a picture, and the next thing you know, the person pays a ticket, and maybe it slows them down. In the future, $47,000 worth of damage. At least now we know what those things cost.
Wow, it's a lot of money.
Yes, it is.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, one more time, Brandon Ribanera, and we'll see how it all plays out. But people hate getting those tickets, but you can't do what Brandon did. Got himself. That's a felony.
Did he not realize the cameras are rolling?
Right. Right.
I think
it's not like he snuck up on it from behind.
Well, I think his rage got the better of him.
Oh, there's
He woke
no
up
doubt.
on the wrong side of the bed.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what, Brandon? I have a great Spotify playlist for you. If next time you wake up on the wrong side of the bed,
yes.
Play that.
I know.
Instead of doing this.
I wonder someday, because we're streaming and we're on all these multiple platforms, we can't play music. But someday when we do, I got a whole playlist of mellow songs.
Yeah, we got an AZAM morning show playlist on Spotify.
Yes, we do. Okay, so just so tragic. Now this video that has been coming in from Nepal, and Celeste, we learn today that the death toll is high, and it's probably going to go a lot higher. 353 people confirmed dead. And then this was the picture that I wanted to share yesterday. We finally got the approval. I'm sorry, but these people that are running for their lives don't have a chance because, it was revealed that this wall of mud and debris from the mudslide that was squishing down this valley.
Yeah.
Did you hear this? It was traveling at 120 miles an hour.
That's so heartbreaking.
Think about the fastest you've ever driven on a freeway at maybe, 80, 85 miles. Way faster than that. And it just blew these buildings down and swept all these people away.
It almost looks unreal. It looks like out of a movie, something that might be like, AI generated or something. But these are, in fact, real images.
Yeah, well, we all remember that awful tsunami in Japan about a decade ago. But these pictures are, to me, they almost seem more violent just by virtue of, and then here's the after effect as well. They are now saying there are Americans among the missing, and the number of missing is way over 1,000. At last I saw was about 1,300. Okay, so back here in the valley, we are plugging along. We're making it. We're not making a big deal about it. We were 117 yesterday.
Yeah, it was crazy hot.
So what we have to do now, Celeste, is offer hope to the people.
So, and this is part of it, Ron. We're going to see 101 by Monday with a chance of storms coming over this weekend here.
Yeah.
Look at Sunday, 40% chance of rain, 104. It'll be muggy, but at least those temperatures are going to start to come down. 82 will be your morning low, 6 a.m. on Monday. okay?
Great. You know what? I was chatting with Crystal, too, because I
Yes.
said I saw somewhere kind of floating around the last day or so, somebody had put in a 99
Wow.
for Monday, which she's like, I wouldn't, discount that if we get some of that cloud and rain activity. But I am concerned about people, Celeste, because we were 117 yesterday. We're going to be 101 on Monday. Celeste, that's a 17 or 16 degree
Yeah.
chilly drop in temps.
Wow, you're
Are
good
we
at math
prepared?
too?
Thank you. I almost
Ron.
blew it.
Oh,
but
my God.
No, 16 degrees. Okay, I hope we can handle it.
Here's the thing is that we're a hardy people. We've lived through the last 2 weeks. But, a couple weeks ago, we were looking at the 10-day forecast. And we're not one of those Lester stations that gives you a 3-day or 5-day. We give you the full 10-day outlook.
Correct.
But there was a
What
lot
is
of
with
numbers.
these other people?
I don't
mean, what's with
know.
the 5-day? It's like...
Are you only going to live
withholding
5 more days?
information.
Like, I need to know what's happening. But yeah, the 101 on Monday, it's just like a sweet relief. It's like a gift for surviving these crazy temps.
So we thought that would be some good news for you. Here's the other good news story before we hit our break. Okay, so this is Bolt. The TSA's #1 cutest canine. He's a 3-year-old German
So
short-haired
sweet.
pointer. If you ever go through DFW, there's more the portrait shot, which is great. But what is that one all about?
I think he's looking at the snack. Somebody's holding up the snack.
Yeah, handlers from airports across the nation nominated 84 canines. Look at this one. He's like, oh, I like that
Wow,
one
he's
too.
got big eyes.
He's like, whoa, am I about to be on TV?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
What a sweetheart little He's that chocolate fur.
Yeah.
Oh, and it says "Do not pet Ron."
Okay.
There are some dogs at the airport that you can pet. They're with the navigators who are
yes,
purple.
right.
But this little guy, he's at TSA and he wants to make sure that's a serious face.
Yeah.
He wants to make sure you're not carrying anything crazy in your bags.
Yep, you got it. Oh, by the way, one way this morning is saying 10 days always with Fox 10.
Yes.
It seems appropriate to me. Celeste, we're 15 minutes away from the governor and John Giles.
And 15 minutes away from your mystery camera. Here's a sneak peek. We'll be right back.
Well, there we go, Celeste. It's your Mystery Cam preview, and we will be accepting your answers very soon.
Yes, Linda Monterth, thank you for chiming in. She says MC reveal is at 10:30 this morning. If you're new in the chat, let us know where you're watching from. K Turbo, Burger Boy, of course, Jared of Sonora, and Darla Nickel, all in the chat. Louis Gonzalez. We love seeing you guys every single day here in the chat. I think I saw Outlaw Dynamo in there as well.
It is that's a nice shot live right there. A beautiful, kind of cloudy, partly sunny day. I don't know, have any idea if it's near Canada. But as you know, Celeste, I grew up very near the Canadian border.
Yes.
Up there in the north part of Washington State, up in the Apple
You
Country.
think that's where this is?
No. Because where I came from, it's almost more deserty. People don't realize Eastern Washington. But speaking of Canada, this is really interesting. Andrew DiCapua, who's an economist with the Canadian Chamber of Commerce, joins us this morning. Talk a little bit about this trade war that's now underway. Andrew, good morning. How are you?
Hey guys, good to be with you.
Are you in Ottawa, by the way?
I'm not. I'm actually in Toronto.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Great.
Farther to the east. Yeah. Well, we appreciate your time. Give us your thoughts on the tariffs and the situation that's going on with the relationship with the U.S. and Canada, and how this affects economy maybe for Canadians and the U.S.
Yeah, good to be here. Well, I think of course, tensions are high right now. I mean, you've obviously been, your viewers would note some of the rhetoric that's been happening, of course, from the president and also from our prime minister and some of our premiers from our provinces. Canadians are quite invested in the relationship with the United States, right? Both in terms of people-to-people relations as well as supply chains that we've built up over the past number of decades. And so, with that comes high expectations. And so, about a week ago, we were trying to race to the finish line to beat tariffs that were set to be imposed at 50% on a wide number of goods down into the United States. And unfortunately, we were unable to come to an agreement. And so hopefully we can cool the temperature a bit, get back to productive conversations, because of course, tariffs raise prices, and we, at a time when affordability is tough for Americans and Canadians, we want to make sure that doesn't further exacerbate that.
As you've analyzed it, what are the 2 or 3 or 4 main sticking points?
Well, I think that the two broad things is we want a deal that is durable and that's reliable, right? We want to ensure that if we agree on something, that of course that it's followed, and that we don't have subsequent tariffs that just keep getting layered on a number of strategic sectors for Canada. And of course, the second thing is this all needs to be viewed as a partnership, right? We build things together. We send down inputs, energy, steel, aluminum, and a whole host of other auto parts that then get manufactured in the United States, that get sold in the U.S. market or get exported. And so we're a partner in manufacturing and with producing goods in the United States. So we want to be viewed from that lens as a partner. We just can't have that when you have 50% tariffs and these very high tariff rates, this drastic change in U.S. trade policy on a number of strategic sectors in Canada. Everything from autos, steel and aluminum, to lumber and other sectors.
You mentioned autos and steel and aluminum. Is that the number one thing affected by these tariffs? Like, if you could name one good affected that either you all in Canada will be affected by, or the U.S., what do you think it is?
Well, I'd be remiss if I didn't say hockey sticks, because that's on the list there.
Interesting.
That's not the most important. But that's a little more symbolic. But on a serious note, really it's the auto sector, right? We're in a tit for tat tariff situation right now. The United States has put 50% tariffs on autos and auto parts. We have retaliated at 50%, or the very various tariff rates, but we've retaliated as well. And an average automobile and parts cross the Canada-U.S. border up to 8 times. So you can imagine that the cost of an automobile, if these tariffs remain in place, is going to go up. And we are all going to become worse off as a result of that. So this isn't a long-term solution. We do need to come to the table and discuss how we can partner and live with whether the tariff rates do remain, they need to be significantly lower.
Well, we're out of time, but just real quick, the president here says, we don't need Canada. Canada needs us. You guys are selling into the biggest economy in the world. Is he wrong about that?
Well, we need each other. You are our number one export market. We are your number one customer for a number of different states. You sell more autos to us than the next 3 markets. So we do need each other, and we've got to start those negotiations from that basis. We can disagree on a number of different things. We can, of course, be competitors in a number of different arenas, but you have to start from a good faith basis, and hopefully we can actually cool the temperature a bit and get something agreed upon.
All right. Well, we really appreciate your time, Andrew. Hope we can check in with you again as this story unfolds.
You got it. Good to be with you.
Thank you, Andrew.
Celeste, were you shocked that not a single Arizona restaurant got a star in the
I
Michelin Guide?
was. We have so many great restaurants. In fact, you guys are putting them in the chat this morning as well, and we'll read those in a quick minute. But yeah, totally floored. We have so many great restaurants.
Yes.
And we're not just talking fine dining, although we do have some great fine dining restaurants. But these are restaurants that you can get a meal for $10. And they've been recognized by other organizations, by other people in the Valley, and just no Michelin star.
Let me tell you, in my family chat this morning, I'm chatting with my daughter Michelle, which, by the way, Utah did get one restaurant with a star.
Oh. Where was it?
It's
Salt
in
Lake?
South Salt Lake, and it was called like
I'll look it up.
Morty's or something like that.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah, you can look it up. But she and her husband were pointing out because when they come down here, they like going to the nicer restaurants.
Yeah.
And they said, how is it possible with all the great restaurants you guys got 0 stars, and Colorado, this is going to make your blood boil.
Yeah.
Has 9.
Wow.
There is no way that their restaurant scene is like 9 times better than ours.
There's no way.
No way.
Oh man! Although the Denver airport, I bet they have a lot of those restaurants or like cafes for those restaurants in there. I was moving through the Denver airport not too long ago, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is kind of fancy."
Oh, is that
not
right?
better than Sky Harbor?
Okay, there you go. Well, let's run through the list here because they were announced late yesterday, and this is the actual announcement.
Yeah.
Well, let's listen because people were cheering.
Glide Bond, Hush Public House, Indie Bar, Latha, Pretty Penny, Reserve, Shin Bay, Toronto.
Okay.
That's a good list.
Yeah. Have you been to some of those?
I've been to about, I've been to
any of those
several.
stand out to you?
All of them do. I mean, this is Bianco's, I believe, with the pizza. Traccio is his pasta restaurant.
Right.
But they're all Pretty Penny. Gary and I went and tried Pretty Penny. There's Durant's right there.
They didn't make
They
it.
didn't make the list, but
right.
I think they eventually will. They're under new ownership. But, I wanted to read a little bit about Atria, Ron, because that is one of the restaurants I have not been to, I don't think. But I looked it up online, and let me tell you about Chef Rochelle Daniels. She's a Phoenix native. She's there's Bacanora for you on the screen there. But she was an executive chef for the La Berge in Sedona. And now this is her restaurant, Atria. She was also the executive chef at Fat Ox, which is in Scottsdale. That has been very popular. And she was a James Beard Award semifinalist for Emerging Chefs in 2022. So she has, and she's in the Arizona Culinary Hall of Fame in 2017. So Rochelle Daniel, congratulations to you. And a lot of the other chefs, Renee Andrade, Chris Bianco, a lot of them made it on this list recommended. But we're just hoping for that Michelin star next time around.
Hey, let's go to the White House real quick. The president just signing something. Let's listen in here and let's go there live.
Various people that we have to notify. So we've done everything that you have to do. And this is official, effective immediately. Do you have any questions, anybody?
Mr. President,
Yes.
That video you put up yesterday, you crossing out Lake Ontario and writing Lake America, it's been seen by about 30 million people, maybe more, across all the social media platforms. What message are you sending to Canada with this move today? Why was this such an important thing for you to do?
It's an interesting question. No message. As you know, Canada's been ripping us off for a long time on trade, very sadly. Even the military, you know, we defend Canada for nothing. We don't get anything. They don't pay us to defend Canada, but we defend Canada. And they understand that. As an example, we bought icebreakers. They'd like to use them. We have 11 brand new icebreakers coming in. They'd like to use the icebreakers. They don't pay for anything. And they want to be treated like a state, but they're not a state. But they want to be treated like they're a state. And so we just can't do that anymore. We lose on average over the last 15 years, $60 billion a year carrying Canada. So we just can't do it anymore. We love the people of Canada. I don't think their representatives do an appropriate job. Maybe they'll change. I really don't know.
And so, the executive order there is to rename Lake Ontario to Lake America.
Yes.
So we'll see how that all plays out.
Yeah, very timely, of course. We just had the gentleman, Andrew, from Canada.
Yeah, we did.
And
right
we're talking
beforehand.
about the tariff situation, the relationship between Canada and U.S.
Got about a minute left here before the break. We promised the story about sugar and what it does to cancer risk. High sugar exposure in the first 1,000 days of life is linked to an increased risk of cancer in adulthood.
Yeah.
So this is important for parents, for if you have a 1-year-old, 2-year-old, little baby, 1-year-old, 2-year-old, those first 1,000 days. It was published, and it was health data that they analyzed. They said the key findings on sugar limit, if you take away a lot of that sugar exposure, 69% lower risk for liver cancer and a 52% lower risk for prostate cancer.
Amazing. Wow.
It really is.
Yeah, no sugar for babies.
Okay,
No
that's
more.
truly the way to go.
Yeah, but I did put rum on my daughter's gums when she was teething.
Okay.
Did all of you?
Advice for motherhood.
Here is your mystery camera, and we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everyone. This is your Mystery Camera at 10:30 here on your Thursday. We've got some good guesses, Ron. West Virginia. I believe we had an Arkansas from Burger Boy, Georgia from B. Miguel, and Mary Young. Good morning, Mary. She says Illinois.
Nice.
What are your thoughts?
Mary, I could see as soon as you said West Virginia, and Paul's been right a number of times, I thought I could see that because it's so hilly. I really love. I'm going to go West Virginia.
I'm going to go with a Michigan.
Okay.
Just
so we
for
got a West Virginia and a Michigan, and here's your answer.
Here it is. We got an email yesterday about not having this up front and center.
Oh.
So we want to make sure that you see that. It says MC number 1.
Okay.
And there is your answer, Altoona, Wisconsin.
Oh, we were both way off.
Yeah, we were.
Really?
That's for all you amazing viewers out there.
Okay.
Who are sharing their thoughts on this camera.
Yeah.
All right, Ron, congratulations if you won. Let's talk about smelly men.
Well, there is a new trend, Celeste, and we better talk about it because men apparently, and I believe they're getting some pushback here, are deciding not to shower, thinking that the ladies like the more natural smell of them, going for the pheromones, the more natural smell.
Interesting.
So it's influencer driven. Dermatologists are already concerned enough about it. They're warning about the buildup of bacteria and obvious body odor. Now, what is your take on this whole thing?
So
Celeste?
my take is if you smell, you need to shower.
Okay.
Okay? And you probably should wear some deodorant.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Is there any level of the smell of the natural man that's acceptable, or is it always better to smell Irish Spring or whatever your deodorant is?
Maybe many of you know this, sir. When my kids, I give them kisses on the cheeks. I smell their cheek. Like you can smell pheromones on your cheeks.
Really? So it's partly scientific research.
It really is.
On your part.
So my kids are always like, "Why are you smelling me, Mom?" And it's because they all smell different. Everybody has their unique pheromones, like you mentioned.
Yes, right, sure.
And so when I kiss my husband in the morning before I come to work, every morning, I kiss him on the cheek, and I get to smell his pheromones on his cheek.
Okay.
They don't smell bad to me. It's not sweat.
No.
It's just their natural scent.
Well, this is also, it's times 10 here in the Valley because I don't know about you, but there are plenty of days that I sweated so much, I'll take a shower before I go to bed.
I do it every night.
Besides the one the next morning.
Don't you sleep better when you do that?
I kind of think so.
Yeah, it's like a baby. You know, like infants, when the nighttime routine.
Okay, so you shower every night?
Every single night.
Wow.
It feels good.
So it all started with a couple of high-profile celebrity influencers, Benny Blanco and Dylan Efron, have normalized, or at least they're trying to, the daily shower routine.
Yes.
And they say their natural skin oils help them feel rejuvenated. We don't know how their ladies feel about it.
Yeah, they may feel rejuvenated, but everyone else is ready to if you have people not wanting to hang out with you, you know why.
Now this would be a good one to check in the chat.
Look at Mary Young. Look what she said, Ron.
What'd she say?
No BO ever on anyone.
That's really what we're talking about. You could call it natural pheromones.
It's body odor.
Or you could call it BO.
It's BO.
So do you know what deodorant does Gary wear? Do you know?
Oh, that's a good question.
I feel like every lady should know what her man's.
It's like a cologne deodorant.
Okay.
What is it, like Aqua di Gio or something? Something like that.
Okay.
I think.
Now,
I'm trying to remember. I can't remember.
One thing you may not know. I know you know that I'm a little tight with $1, and this is a less expensive product. But also, I don't really like change, so I'm still going with the deodorant that I went with probably 20, 30 years ago.
Was it Old Spice?
Brute.
Oh, that's good.
Now, why is it not being carried in the store? I have to order it, and I have to wait a week for it to get delivered.
You know where I bet you can find it? The dollar store.
Oh, do you think?
I bet.
Oh, if I could find some Brute for $1.
Or $1.25 for that matter.
Yeah, I would feel like I was a big winner in
This
that,
is
for
what
sure.
the dermatologists have to say about this.
Okay,
Medical
ready?
experts emphasize that while overstripping the skin's microbiome with harsh daily scrubbing can be counterproductive, completely ditching basic cleansing allows sweat and bacteria to accumulate, worsening strong odors and increasing actual infection risk. So you can get sick.
I do believe that. You really do have to shower pretty much daily.
Yeah, I mean, look what Patrick says. He says if you smell bad, you need a shower.
Yeah.
And if you really smell, shower twice.
Okay. And by the way, Patrick, there's no need to apologize, but he's like, good morning, Ron and Celeste. I joined late. We know, but we started the show without you. But we're so glad that you're still hanging out with us.
Oh my gosh, Patrick, you're amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you for just coming on and making even if you guys come on for a short minute, like it's just and say hello in the chat.
And sometimes people are busy and they do that. Hey, I could only pop in for a couple of minutes. Friendliest chat online.
I mean, we had somebody from Russia on earlier this week.
We did.
Was it Constantine from Russia?
I think it was Constantine.
Yeah, we have people from Germany.
Yeah.
Where else in the Middle East, Ron?
We have apparently have a viewer in Kazakhstan. We haven't heard from him lately, but this is what I've been told.
But there's like a war going on over there almost. You know, I mean, hopefully he's okay.
In Kazakhstan, there's a war?
Well, no, in the Middle East. Maybe he's like helping with the effort or something.
Hopefully.
I don't know.
Hey, one more story, and then I've been alerted that we're about a minute away from the governor and John Giles' arrival.
Okay.
So this is really exciting and encouraging, Celeste. There is a new drug. Oh, hold on here. I'm sorry.
Ron, here's a question for you, though, before we get to this. Does Ron still use 99-cent Suave shampoo?
I was trying to go back. But there is a new drug. Don't worry about it there. That they said it's called Daraxonrasib, I guess. And it's just been approved as of yesterday to treat advanced pancreatic cancer.
Wow, this is really this is a big deal.
I mean, up until now, there just really was virtually no treatment.
Yeah.
But the clinical studies show it doubles average survival time. And when you get a 6-month pretty much death sentence, right? That's the average. They're saying now, if you take this drug, you got 13 months of living, which is still short, but it's double what you otherwise would have expected.
Wow. Well, what a blessing, really.
Yeah.
A lot of smart people working on a lot of these right now. You know, Ron, a couple of quick comments here. Linda says, we wear Arm & Hammer deodorant. Some of the others are just so, strong smelling.
Who wears Arm & Hammer?
Linda Monters, she says.
Linda does?
Yes,
in their family? Okay.
And then Darla says, shower before you smell.
Yeah.
And,
Dee
Drigger says, love my Versace cologne.
The governor and the mayor have walked in and they're like, what kind of a program are we being asked to participate in?
See, this is much different than your typical newscast. I know we chatted with you on AZAM not too long ago. Good morning, Governor. Nice to see you, John.
You guys
nice
can both relax. We're not going to ask you what deodorant you wear.
Unless you really want to share.
We've had you on so many times. We appreciate you coming again today as we get closer to Election Day. John Giles is here. I'll have to shake your hand.
Ron, the unofficial mayor of Mesa.
I know.
It's nice to visit you.
Governor,
were you offended when that line came out?
No.
Oh, no. He supported it.
Yeah,
fully.
absolutely.
Well,
Governor, here's my favorite story. So I'm walking Mayor Giles out of the studio here. This would have been about, 4 or 5 years ago. And I said, we moved. And he stopped in his tracks and he said, you can't leave Mesa. And I said, no, we moved 25 minutes away. But we're still in Mesa.
There you go.
How about that?
There you go.
it's a big city.
Why did you choose John Giles for your running mate?
I chose John Giles because he shares my commitment to putting politics aside and delivering for the people that we represent. We're from different political parties, but we both believe that leadership is about bringing people together, solving tough challenges, and delivering for the people that we serve. And I've seen him. This is how he governed when he was mayor of Mesa, and I'm excited to work together with him to help lead the state.
I know you guys agree on a lot of issues. I think you both have worked with other leaders from other parties, been able to cross party lines. Is there an area where you disagree on certain issues or slightly, or where you're like, I really want to focus on this, or I really want to focus on this?
I don't think we found one.
Well, I'm sure if we, really dug deep, of course, we're different people, obviously.
Right.
But the thing, for example, when I was Mayor of Mesa, I had people on my city council that were progressive Democrats and that were conservative Republicans, and it just didn't matter because we focused on what was in the center, we focused what was on our plate, we focused on filling potholes, and so we just never got around, to exploring, well, what could we really piss each other off about if we wanted to?
And nobody likes potholes.
Yeah, that's
then
right.
you got to get new tires.
That's
and
unanimous.
Another,
It's like the one issue issue. 100% approval rating. Get rid of them. Yeah. But what about abortion? Spell out just, in a paragraph or two, each of your positions on abortion.
Well, I was proud to repeal our state's 1864 total abortion ban and then work to help pass Prop 139 in 2024, which protects abortion in the state's constitution. And I can say for anyone who has concerns that protecting reproductive freedom in Arizona is a non-negotiable for me. And it was a non-negotiable for me when I was looking at who I wanted to pick as my running mate.
John, Giles?
Well, very similar. Prop 139 solved a serious problem we had in our state with the Dobbs decision, and we were back, to really a pre-state, over 160-year-old law that was an absolute ban. That was not a tenable position for the state of Arizona, and so the people of Arizona created an initiative, and they overwhelmingly supported it. I voted in favor of it. I thought it was a good solution. It accurately reflected my personal views on the topic. And so, like the governor, I am committed to preserving and protecting that citizen-led initiative that I think is a good rule for Arizona.
What about ESAs? Let's start with you, John.
By the way, we have a minute to the break, so
okay.
Go for it.
Well,
we killed the break. Go as long as you. What politician doesn't want to hear go as long as you want? But seriously, we're wondering.
I'll try to. I could talk quite a bit on this, but I'll try to be concise. I am a public school brat. Okay, my dad was an elementary school principal in Mesa for 30 years. My mom was a school teacher. My children are public school principals and teachers. And so when we gather together every Sunday for dinner, this is what we talk about. And I absolutely support school choice, but for there to be meaningful school choice, you've got to have strong public schools. And so I think the ESA program, the way it is now, I support. Letting parents choose where they want their children to go. I think that's critical. Would never want to infringe on that. But the program right now is irresponsible. There's vast amounts of waste involved in it. We need to not have a different standard for non-public school funding than we have for public school funding.
Mm-hmm. The governor has been pretty vocal, though, about income limits for parents whose kids are in ESA programs. What's your position on that?
Well, I think that the stated goal of the ESA program was to help low-income families to be able to compete and go to a school that is a high-quality school. So if that's the purpose of it, then it ought to apply to low-income families. That makes sense.
Okay. Boy, we have a long list of questions to get to here, but can I just ask one more quick question? We always say we start with the hard questions and then we lighten up later
Deodorant
on.
was the hardest question ever.
I know. We're like
There's
reversing
a lot of
it
choices,
today.
isn't there?
But what was your first reaction when the governor called you or set up the meeting and said, I want you to be a heartbeat away from the governorship of the state of Arizona?
Well, this has been kind of a rumor, frankly, for a while. I mean, when we've known for a couple of years now that this was going to happen, and I remember, even back when I was still the mayor, people said, if Katie Hobbs was smart, she would get somebody that bridges the gap, the political gap, and you might be one of those people. And we kind of laughed about it. And this has been just a running, that's not going to happen. But that's, there's some merit to that idea. And then it got real when she actually called me and said, would you do this? And so it went from being a concept to actually something very, very exciting. My spot is kind of nonpartisan politics, right? And so I thought when I was done with the mayor, I was done because there's just not a lot of other opportunities to serve in that capacity. Mm-hmm. I'm so proud of, I'm not saying this because she's sitting right here, but what a remarkable and untraditional thing that she's done by picking somebody outside her party to be her running mate.
Did you know each other before?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I endorsed her 4 years ago. I had the privilege of working with her closely when I was the mayor. I've always been keeping very close tabs on her, hoping she didn't embarrass me.
Yeah.
And so we've had a good relationship for years.
Well, Celeste.
Go ahead,
The great thing about this show is we're interactive with the audience. Mm-hmm. And it just came in a minute or two ago from Carla. She says, Governor, what have you done so far to try to bring down the cost of health care?
That is a great question. And quite honestly, I will say that healthcare is one of the issues that keeps me up at night. And I've been concerned about this since before Washington passed H.R. 1, the Washington budget that is going to cut healthcare for so many Arizonans. We have vast areas across the state that are healthcare deserts where people have to travel miles and hours to get to care, even basic care. And that doesn't even start touching specialty care that is unavailable in so many areas. We know that so many Arizonans are already struggling with access to health care. But I have worked to lower prescription drugs costs with AZRX. That's helping with part of the problem with healthcare. And then I canceled medical debt for over $1 billion of medical debt for over 600,000 Arizonans, because I know that medical debt is something that people don't knowingly go into, and it's such a hindrance for so many households being able to meet their basic needs.
So this will be the first time that the lieutenant governor will be voted into office. What will you do? What does your day look like? And does that, lift your load a little bit? What do you plan to do?
Well, you're right. I think we both feel a sense of responsibility of kicking this off in a good way, having it to be something that obviously is adding value to what the executive is doing. One more. There's one governor, right? And there will only ever be one governor, but she's under intense pressure from all over the state, along with her chief of staff. And if you add another person that can be maybe interact with issues and people, that's going to be a good thing. So,
go ahead.
Well, so as mayor, I focus a lot on economic development, on education, on public safety. These are all obviously at the top of Governor Hobbs' agenda as well.
What did you learn, though, in your time as mayor about creating affordable housing? Because that's right up there with the overall cost of living.
Well, quite a bit, actually. I mean, most city council meetings the bulk of them have to do with the zoning and real estate lawyers and housing developers. I mean, that's who our bread and butter, that's what we deal with, we wrestle with all day long as local government. So these are issues that I'm very, very familiar with, and I'm excited to bring some innovative ideas to that topic.
We have a question from Celia Jones, Governor. She says, I have heard good things about your no tax on tips policy, but I want to know specifically how you think it will help Arizona workers and businesses.
Yeah, that's a great question. And I have been really proud all 4 years as governor to sign budgets that cut taxes for Arizonans. This year, the biggest one, $1.4 billion tax cut for middle-class Arizonans, including the no tax on tips and overtime policy, an additional $6,000 credit for seniors, expanded child care credit, and a couple other things. So the no tax on tips and overtime, I think, is really important because many people who work in those jobs, they have less income. And so this puts more money back in their pockets, and they're not having to claim taxes on that extra income.
Some have said this could be a wave election, and frequently that is what we see in the off-year elections. If Democrats take control of both the House and Senate and want you to raise taxes, would you do so? Would you pledge to not raise taxes?
We are not nobody's talking about raising taxes. I know right now that Arizonans are struggling to make ends meet, and the government has to live within the limits that we have. We'll look for ways to enhance revenue that don't involve dipping into Arizonans' pockets. And I think that when Arizonans are living on a budget, the state has to live on a budget too.
Well, I think on the minds of a lot of Arizonans across a lot of different polls talked about the issue of water. Doug Ducey had talked about one of the former governors, a desalination plant. I know there's one in San Diego and Carlsbad. What's your plan looking forward and how Arizona can help with the water issue, for the next many decades? Yeah, we have to look at all solutions that are available to us, and in the long-term plan to make sure that water is sustainable and protected for generations in Arizona, augmentation has to be part of that, and desalination is probably the biggest scale of augmentation that is available. We have challenges. We are not on an ocean like San Diego, and so it means partnerships either internationally or across state lines to make that work. And we have to ensure that whatever we invest in for augmentation
keeps water affordable for Arizonans who need it.
So Nevada sued within days. What's your decision-making is that still an option? Why has Arizona not sued?
Well, right now there's not anything to sue over. We were able to get this plan from the federal government that shares cuts, that protects Arizona from taking all of those cuts. Those cuts are shared among the 3 lower basin states. So we're looking at what Nevada's sued over and trying to figure out still if this 2-year plan is going to continue to move forward. That's where our focus is. And we're not taking any options off the table to ensure that we're protecting our fair share of water because it's so important to Arizona's economic future. But right now, we're focused on that 2-year plan and then moving forward.
And how are you guys working with maybe like some of the farmers down in Yuma County? And is that something that you would handle, Governor, or how would, John, you get involved in some of these issues as well?
So we've been in really close communication with all of the Colorado River water users as we've been at the negotiating table with the upper basin, with all the states and the federal government. The farmers are an important part of that. And so we've been making plans for how we will implement these cuts that we're going to take with all of the water users. And we've been really focused on how we can make sure we're all focused on the interests of Arizona and protecting our share of Colorado River water. And moving forward, that communication collaboration is going to continue to be important.
We have a lot of people voting in our poll question this morning, and if you want to vote, there's the QR code. How important is it to see the candidates? What's that, Dave?
Don't show YouTube.
Okay. How important is it to see the governor candidates debate? That number really hasn't moved very much. It's close to 80% saying it's very important. Voters deserve to see it. 1% saying somewhat, might help me decide. 20% are saying it's not important, I've already decided. Before we get your reaction to that, take a listen to what your opponent, Andy Biggs, had to say.
It's a shame that she's not going to be willing to debate. I think she should come on and defend her record. And so instead of issuing false snipes like that, we could actually have a debate about real policy issues. I think that's important. And I guess the third thing that I'd say is she says that she doesn't want to debate. She wants to get out and meet with Arizonans. Guess what? I've been out meeting with Arizonans from every part of the state, every corner of the state, and somehow I think I can find time to come and have a debate with the current governor, and I'll defend my policies and we'll question hers. It's a shame that she's a little bit cowardly, it seems to me.
Oof, those are strong words. Your response?
Look, I have said this many times, and I stand firmly on this, that I think that face-to-face interactions with real Arizonans are a more effective way to communicate and to get my positions across and to hear from them about what they want from their governor. I've had more than 100 open press events just this year, and we're not even in the really thick of campaign season yet, so that's only going to get increased. But like, I'm here right now, and you're taking questions from the audience, and that's a great way to hear directly from Arizonans. That's not the kind of thing that happens on a debate stage. A debate stage is designed for sound bites and political theater, and Andy Biggs is not taking hard questions from the press. He's hiding from his record of protecting a pedophile cult and supporting Washington's cost hiking agenda that's raising costs on Arizonans. And he has also not shown up for a lot of debates during his entire tenure running for Congress.
John, what are your your thoughts on debate?
Well, the last debate I watched was the Republican gubernatorial primary debate, and I remember thinking at the end of it, who do I talk to get an hour of my life back? Because it was not a productive use of anyone's time, frankly. It was just about theater and drama and sound bites and snarkiness. And it was not. I agree with the poll responders that we do want to know more about the governor's candidates, and as the governor indicated, the best way to do that is to do what we're doing right now.
Do you think, though, it's important? The idea of debating goes back to Greek times, right? The history, many decades and centuries, goes back a long time. Do you think it's important too to see our potential leaders? In a tough situation, responding to hard questions from opponents, and knowing how to stay calm and collected in a heated environment?
Yes, and I think that we're not trying to avoid that. I mean, that's what's happening now. That's what's going to happen every day for the next 70 days before the voters get to choose.
You're not calling this a heated environment.
No.
Okay, so the first time we had the governor in with us, we learned a little bit more about her, how she'd get up on a Saturday morning and go, how many miles on your bike?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. It depends on the day.
Depends on the day. So give us your quick bio here for people who maybe don't live in Mesa and maybe are familiar with you. Kids, grandkids, number one favorite hobby.
Favorite restaurant.
Wow. Okay.
All that.
Man. Well, born and raised in Mesa, Arizona. Married to Dawn. 5 kids. 10 grandkids.
Better get that one right.
That's right. No, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we 10 grandkids, and that's what I enjoy doing is spending time with my family. Thankfully, 9 of our 10 grandkids live in Mesa, so it's a big full house every Sunday for dinner. When I'm not spending time with my family, I enjoy being outdoors. In the past, I've been like the governor, a biker, and did triathlons and marathons, and now I'm embraced the dad bod phase of my life, but still like to get out and go for a hike and a walk, and then I also like to eat. Ron, a little hobby of mine is doing videos about going to lunch with mayors in different parts of the state.
Oh,
and,
nice.
And I love to explore
channel.
rural.
Oh, it's a YouTube channel. What's the name of it?
Oh, he's a YouTuber.
Well, it's a very creative name. It's called Lunch with the Mayor. And I go to Bisbee and Douglas and Flagstaff, and I say, Mayor, where's the best place to go to lunch?
Oh,
and then we
okay,
go,
that's a great idea. Maybe Michelin should call you.
Michelin
Maybe you would
absolutely
get a
should
great
call me.
We need
Michelin.
some stars from Michelin. Don't get us started on that. Do you have a favorite hike in Arizona?
I spent with the Haas Trail, Ron, out in Tonto National Forest and Usery Park is where that's where you'll typically
Governor,
find me.
where do you go to get away? If it's in Arizona, you want to get out of the city. Do you have a favorite spot?
My favorite hike is West Fork in Oak Creek.
It's a beautiful hike.
My favorite place to just go hang out on a weekend is Flagstaff. But I hate saying that because, it's like picking your favorite kid. I'm the governor of Arizona. There's so many great places in Arizona.
Here come the phone calls from Payson.
No, I know. I love it. I love so many places. I went to NAU. I'm a lumberjack. Flagstaff always has a special place in my
Flagstaff
heart.
has grown up a little bit.
Yeah.
Excellent time with you guys. Thanks again. We hope
Thank
you
you
come see
both.
us.
Thank you.
We got
Thank you.
at least a couple more months here.
Yeah.
So we'll see you soon.
We'll come back even after the election.
Okay, good. Yeah, we got for potentially 4 years. All right, we'll be right back.
Welcome on in. It's 11 o'clock. We're going to keep things rolling here on Fox 10 Talks.
Okay, we have a jam-packed show. And take this any way you want. But you know that scene from The Wizard of Oz where the Wicked Witch is yelling, "I'm melting, I'm melting." That's kind of how I feel right now.
Because of the heat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because someone threw water at me.
So in this scenario, are you the Wicked Witch?
That's why I said.
Oh my!
That's why I said you can take this and run however you guys want with it. But it is spicy.
Yeah, we hit 117 yesterday.
Ooh,
That's crazy,
breaking
isn't it?
records.
Yeah, tied the record that was set back in 2011, I believe was the date. So not something we like to do, but it happened. And we still have a couple more like very hot days before things will start to taper off some over the weekend as storm chances increase. But we got like a little teaser.
Yeah, I was going to
taster
say,
this
that was
morning.
kind of nice, wasn't it?
Can we talk about that? This morning I had one of my traffic cameras up and I go, "Crystal, look at that. Is that range?" She's like, "No." She's like, "Not
Well,
yet."
I said,
you were
it
like,
looks like there's something on your camera.
yeah, you're like,
lens.
not yet, because I know you were watching it, waiting for it to come in, and then you brought up another camera, and you're like, "Look at this!"
Yeah,
So it was
well,
exciting.
once you showed it to me, I said, "Oh, I think there's something on your camera,"
Yeah.
because there was nothing on radar like 5 minutes before.
Right.
And then I checked radar, of course, just to make sure. And then I was like, actually, there's a
Yeah.
little tiny shower that popped up. And there were a couple isolated showers that popped up. They were gone as quick as they came, basically. But they were there briefly. And now we have a little bit of that moisture that's sitting to the north of the valley. So you can see on Fox Vision right now a couple isolated showers over parts of Yavapai and Gila County. And again, all of this is very light and spotty. And admittedly, like, we don't have a ton of available moisture right now. We don't have a great setup for storms, which is why it was a little surprising that we had even a spot or two of showers this morning, just due to the fact that we didn't have the best setup for it. But we do have still that little bit of action. So there's the view over the valley, and there is still just one teeny little shower trying to make it to the ground over like the 303 outside of Surprise near Vistancia. This is moving northward, so it's kind of heading towards Lake Pleasant, but it's so weak that it might not even make it that way. And then there's where the spotty showers are north of the valley. Like you see a few showers near Wickenburg, a couple near Black Canyon City, running north just near like Prescott, like Mayor area, Dewey, and then outside of Payson as well, a couple little spot showers out there. The clouds, the rain have not helped cool our temperatures really much at all. We're still at 104 yesterday. What were we at 106 at this time, I want to say, if I remember correctly? Was I? No, I wasn't on with you guys yesterday. It was maybe a couple days ago. But anyways, so the temperature is a couple degrees lower than yesterday at this time, but still it is quite warm out there. You see Buckeyes at 100, 104 in Mesa, Fountain Hills is at 103. So we're still going to have a hot day, even though we had some clouds and showers early on this morning. This is the look at the futurecast as we go through the rest of the morning into the early afternoon. And notice the model does have the showers kind of scattering north of the valley over parts of Yavapai and Coconino counties, as well as over parts of eastern Arizona as well. And then as the model goes on into the afternoon hours, we start to see some of those storms dive down to the southeast part of the state. And this is what we're going to have to watch is over southeastern Arizona. Are they strong enough? Do they flare up enough? Do they create some outflows that then eventually roll through Pinal County and into parts of Maricopa County? So this model shows like kind of this brief little kiss of some showers near the valley, which is why we're saying we've got a low chance for a few spot showers to develop. But the clouds, it does look like will move in full as the night goes on, which is a little unfortunate because I believe there's a partial lunar eclipse tonight, and I know some folks are trying to catch it. So there's likely going to be some cloud coverage out there. Might make it a little difficult for the viewing, but hopefully in between clouds you can catch a view. As for rain chances, so Friday's kind of a repeat of today where there'll be mostly dry conditions in the valley until the evening, and then that chance of storms will really like ramp up and then really improves over the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We're anywhere from like a 20 up to 40% chance Saturday, and then a pretty solid chance Sunday through Monday. And I may even have to bounce these numbers up again by tomorrow just because the pattern has been looking fairly favorable for storms to develop. Excuse me, as we go through the weekend. And I'll show you that pattern in just a moment here. But look at the temperatures. So Tuesday, we hit 115. Record was 113. Yesterday, as we talked about, hit 117. Record was 117. Today, the forecast is 114. Record is 114. So if we do hit 114 or higher today, then it'll be 3 days in a row where we either tied or broke the records. And it's all because of that area of high pressure that has been cooking the temps. But that high pressure is also kind of going to be the main player in our storm chances moving forward. So as we go into Friday, like I said, that high pressure center is going to start to move a little bit eastward, more so than it will today. And that really opens the gate for more monsoonal moisture to start wrapping around the high. And then as we go into Saturday and Sunday, even better. There's going to be this trough running against the west coast that creates this funnel effect of moisture, basically. And it's not just like your typical monsoonal moisture, but actually there's a little bit of an injection of tropical moisture, because we're getting into that point in the year where you're seeing moisture from the tropics start to creep our direction. Actually, for the next week or so, there's several potentials for like some named storms to develop. Here's the highs for today, guys. 92 in Prescott, 107 in Safford, and 89 in Show Low for any folks that are viewing that aren't in the valley.
115 in Bullhead City.
Yeah, I know. It's just hot across the board. The 10-day does get better, though. We're at 104 by Sunday and then 101 by Monday with that improved chance for storms. So.
Okay.
Right.
You're very professional, by the way.
Yeah, it was
appreciate
chaos behind the scenes right now.
What are you talking about, Crystal?
I'll keep your secrets.
The epitome of professionalism.
Yes, it is.
We appreciate it.
I just want people to know at home that when the producers
Time's up. Bye,
have
Crystal.
a go to weather or the reporters, it is because they need to get something done off cam.
All right.
No, we really wanted to talk about the weather. I felt it was very important. I put you in. I said, Ty, let's put her in.
There you
Oh,
go.
but sometimes they're like, go another 2 minutes because I got to go run out for a second and get some stuff done. And
We're trying to get our camera shot. You mentioned the lunar eclipse really, really quickly, 7:33 p.m. tonight. They have a couple of different viewing parties. That's all up on our website as well. So you want to go check that out. We'll put it up there.
All right. This is what you're reading. These are the top 3 web stories that are on our website right now. This first one's quite the story. Listen to this.
Police arrest a 41-year-old man after a pursuit in Lake Havasu City. This was August 21st. Officers say the suspect threw 2 kilos of cocaine valued at $200,000 out of his car window before hitting a patrol vehicle. The man now faces multiple charges, including drug transportation and unlawful flight. That's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Number 2 most read story right now on our website. Arizona ranchers react to the 660 million pounds of tariff-free beef that will be imported into the country. Some Arizona industry experts warn the move could create price volatility and harm some long-term herd growth.
Number 3, Phoenix police arrest a home break-in shooting suspect, 27th Ave, Baseline Road, 5 p.m. Wednesday. Homeowner was able to get out, and then the suspect stayed inside the house, and they eventually got them out. No injuries reported.
All right, we're going to keep things moving. This is the time of the year where we always talk about those rattlesnakes, these scorpions, all sorts of the creepy crawlies are coming out because of the monsoon and just how hot it has been, which is leading to a lot of calls to poison control. And so we have a poison education specialist from Banner joining us here this morning, Miss Erin Ryan. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming in.
So we're talking about like getting bit by a rattler potentially, getting stung by a scorpion. I don't even want to know what else there's out there. I think the worst I've got is like a bee sting, and that hurts. I can't even imagine.
Well, we've got killer bees in Arizona,
Oh,
too.
great.
So
Thanks a lot,
Thank
Erin.
you. Thank you so much.
So,
I feel
some
really
bad.
good about my chances now. What are we getting calls of more? What, rattlers, scorpions?
So scorpions are every day. There's multiple of them. We get like thousands a year here, so that's kind of our bread and butter that we have, and it's a very unique Arizona thing. Our poison center is very used to it. They're the experts on it, but lots of people get stung. Most people do fine with scorpions. They just get a lot of pain, a lot of tingling, so they can call the poison center. They can make sure it's nothing to worry about, that they're doing well. Sometimes little kids, though, can have problems with that, and older people.
Let's talk about the rattlers, because you guys have seen a big increase in the volume of calls coming in about people encountering rattlers and unfortunately getting bit.
Yes, we had a big increase last week after the weather events. It kind of drove some of the snakes out, so we had a sort of slow start to our snake season, and then we had, I think, 7 in one day called into the poison center, so that was definitely an increase for us. So we're kind of catching up from earlier, but this is the time that we would have lots of snake bites. They like the warm weather. In Arizona, we have them all year, but we are definitely picking up into our main season right now.
So the thing with the scorpions is you may not know that you stepped on one, right, or touched one because they're kind of tough to see. They're way smaller. You know if you're getting bit by a rattlesnake. I mean, that's pretty obvious. I think you have to be trying to move it, to handle it, because if you're staying away, they don't usually attack.
They're not going to come for you. That's definitely true. They're out there living their life. They don't want to bite you. It's just more of a defensive thing. You usually know that you're bit by a snake. We have had many cases where it's dark. People are like stepping in some leaves or something.
Okay, true. Yes.
They might feel like a pinprick, but think they stepped on a stick or something like that. So it can be a little ambiguous, and those cases can be difficult to diagnose. But a lot of times people are seeing the snake, and they're not always trying to interact with it. A lot of it's, they stepped on it, they're gardening, things like that.
Excellent point. Then
So-
what are we seeing?
Or what should we do?
Yeah.
So let's say you do unfortunately get bit somewhere. What are you supposed to do? What's the first thing?
So the main thing is just to get to a hospital. All rattlesnake bites should be going to the hospital. You're going to need to get checked out. Even if it feels okay at first, you might not have a lot of pain and swelling at the beginning, but it can progress. You can also have some lab abnormalities, so it can thin your blood, kind of like a blood thinner. So they'll have to check labs for that. Main things to get to a hospital, you don't want to do any of these kind of first aid things you hear about. Don't cut it and suck it out.
Yes. Okay.
Pretty much anything that you have heard about online or in Boy Scouts or anything like that, just don't do any of that. Get to the hospital.
What if you are unfortunately like on a hike or something? Is this going to be? Is it?
Like
I
way
mean,
up a couple hours
yeah,
up.
like what are you supposed to do then?
Yeah, I think it's just really getting to a hospital as fast
Soon
as you
possible,
can.
okay.
You may have to call for assistance in
Sure.
that case. It's definitely a trickier situation when you're up on a mountain,
Mm-hmm.
but they really can't do much until you get there. Banner Air does have anti-venom, so they can get it to you a little bit faster if you're getting transported that way. Otherwise, the EDs around here generally have the anti-venom, so they'll get it to you when you get there. So it's really just getting in as soon as you can.
You're very lovely, but I hope no one ever has to call you. But if case they do, how do they reach you guys?
So we have a national number, 1-800-222-1222. If you have an Arizona phone, then that should route you there. If your phone routes you to a different state, they'll just send you right over to Arizona. So that'll reach poison centers wherever you're calling from.
And
we
it's
can help
free,
you out.
right?
And it's free for everyone. Yep.
So even if it's not about a insect bite or a rattlesnake bite, in case someone accidentally ingests something, they can call you too, right?
Yes, ingest something, they interact with a plant and have a bad
Gotcha.
reaction, medication errors, any of that we handle.
Great
Love it.
resource. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so
Please
much
come
for
back
coming
Thank
in.
you.
with good news.
Yes, right.
Really quick before we go to break.
What year was it? This is the game we play every single day. They've been getting harder. Oh my gosh, Netflix is founded.
82.
No, that's too early. I'm gonna go 2002.
Oh, you're right. It is way too early. Ugh. Don't cheat.
So with that.
guys. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go again, Ty.
It's okay. So the question was, Netflix is founded. And we got some really good guesses in the chat.
1990, 2005, 2002.
I said 2002 too, because I thought that felt like a right answer.
I said 1983 because things are always invented way before they're like
yeah, but I
presented
just remember that the first thing was like DVDs, and DVDs weren't invented in 1983. So
They
that
weren't?
was no.
When were DVDs invented?
Dave, that's going to be tomorrow's
Dave?
question.
Dave, look it up. Do the Google machine.
Oh yeah, he's going to use that as one of our questions when we're DVDs. Okay, so what year was Netflix founded? 1997.
So it wasn't that far off.
No.
It wasn't like crazy far.
Did you ever have the old, like where you got where they came in the mail?
Yeah, we did, but I can't remember if we used Netflix or a different. It must have been Netflix. That was
Yeah.
probably the only one.
I remember I was watching the show Lost in like
and getting the
in
DVD.
college, and I only wanted the one DVD, but then it started getting so good.
You're like, I
was like,
more,
I got to get the two DVDs because then I would watch one, quickly return the other one, so I get the.
Here's a question.
Go on.
How much did they charge when they first
I think it was like $9. It was pretty
for
inexpensive.
the month for like unlimited?
No, I think it was like, well, yeah, maybe for the month. I can't remember.
I remember the Red Box
Oh,
where you would
yeah.
go and then you could pick out a movie and they
Do they still have those?
I don't know. I haven't seen one, but
haven't
I don't
either.
look for them because everyone streams. And then, of course, prior to that was Blockbuster on a Friday night.
Someone looked it up for us.
Hallelujah.
1995 for DVDs. There we go. All right. Well, that was a fun question.
Oh, wow. Netflix was on it.
They sure were,
Like
right?
a blue bonnet.
All right, should we introduce our next
Yeah.
guest? All right, this is too cute. Take a look at this, you guys. Our next guest
Danielle,
with Better Piggies Rescue.
who do you have with you, Danielle?
Oh my God, it's all of them right now. I have Q, I have Satine, I have Cole, and they're all back here too. I mean, we're just hanging out because it's so hot out. This is what they do all day long.
Danielle, it's funny because when we were looking at the little preview monitor, we could see the piggies around you. But then when we just took you full, I saw all the piggies laying around. That was so funny.
They're everywhere, and they're so excited to be on the chat with you guys, and that's why they're all right here. So they're really, really pumped to talk about all the cool stuff we have going on.
Well, Danielle, let's start at the very beginning. For people that don't know, what is the Better Piggies Rescue, and what do you do, and how did this get started?
Yeah, so Better Piggies Rescue is a nonprofit organization. Our goal is to rescue pigs, whether that be potbelly pigs or farm hogs. We have over 219 pigs at the sanctuary,
Wow.
all rescue pigs, all different situations, shapes, sizes, ages. And I got started because I received a pig as a gift about 16 years ago, and I just fell in love with him, and I wanted to be the best piggy mama I could, saw that there was a huge need for rescue, and then I opened this up. So it's really a labor of love for these guys.
Surprisingly, there is a very big rescue. People go to auctions, and I know this firsthand because I know someone who did this. They went to an auction and they brought home a little piggy, and the piggy was not as easy to take care of as they thought the piggy would be. So they ended up giving the piggy to a better home, a farm, which was fantastic. But that doesn't always happen. Sometimes people let these piggies out, they're running around, and that's where you come in because, again, people underestimate how much care they need.
Yeah, I think a lot of people get pigs and they think they're going to stay small. That myth about the teacup pigs, the pixie pigs, the mini pigs, it's just all a lie that breeders tell you to sell you a little baby pig. They all get big. And the term mini pig just means it weighs less than a farm hog. So farm hogs can get up to 1,000 pounds. So if you have a mini pig, that's 200 pounds. It's still mini technically. But yeah, there's a ton of abuse, neglect, abandonment in pigs right now. So that's where we come in and we just want to help. Plus they're really smart. And I don't think a lot of people think that. They think they're going to get a dog or a cat, which I'm not saying anything bad about dogs or cats. I'm just saying pigs are a lot smarter than them. And so it's really like, if you get a pig, you need to make sure that you're enriching them every single day.
Wow. You're not going to be outsmarted.
Sure. How do
never.
you take care of 219 pigs? That is a lot of mouths to feed.
Yeah, I don't do it by myself. I have an amazing volunteer base. They come volunteer their time. We actually have a couple volunteers running around right now. But so I don't do it by myself, and we're always looking for new volunteers. So if you want to come volunteer at our rescue, we would love to have that. So it's a community effort.
Now, you mentioned that you get some of these pigs from different situations. What are some of, I guess, the biggest situation that people are giving you their pigs?
Yeah, there's a ton of surrender requests. We work with other organizations because we can't take every single pig in that we get calls about, but we work with AZ Piggy Network, other sanctuaries throughout the valley. We also work with the Arizona Humane Society. So we're taking in rescue pigs. So whether that be through the Arizona Humane Society, the police departments call us if they find a pig, or if the pig's just wandering the desert or in somebody's yard, we'll go out for that. So it's really crazy. The situations come up every single day. We're getting calls all the time about rescuing pigs.
Wow. Who's that piggy that just walked into the shot there to your right? He's brown. No, the one to your right.
He's right
that
in front
one,
of the
right
camera.
In front of the oh, there's a couple.
One
there's a couple.
Very big. That's about to
oh my
come into
gosh.
the camera and take over the camera. Oh gosh.
Oh my
sorry.
gosh.
Yeah.
No, you're good.
This is Jimmy.
Hi,
This
Jimmy.
Is Jimmy.
I think I've met Jimmy.
He's a farm hog, so he's a little bit bigger, and I'm going to push his butt out of the way.
Is he going to move?
Jimmy, come on, bud.
Probably not. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the one to your right over there, like we just see the little tail wiggling now.
This
No,
one?
no,
that
to
I'm
your
scratching
right.
booties? Oh, no, the one right here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is Nona. She is a cooney pig. Again, we have different types of pigs. We have pot bellies, we have farm hogs like Jimmy, and then we have Nona, and she's our little cooney piglet that was just wandering in somebody's front yard.
Will they
And
come
we were
if you
able to
call
grab
them?
her.
Will they come if you call them?
I'm sorry?
Will they come if you call
Yeah,
them?
Nona, come here. Maybe not.
Okay.
You know, the best thing about pigs is they don't do anything you ask them to do.
Okay. What's your smallest pig? What's your largest pig?
Yeah, the smallest pig we have is Mimi. She is a piglet. She's about 25 pounds. And then our largest pig is A-Train. He's about 850 pounds.
850 pounds?
Yep. Yeah,
That's
he's a big
guy.
boy.
Yeah,
And
for
he knows
sure.
it. So we watch our feet around A-Train.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I've been out there with you guys a couple of times because you do a lot of fundraising. You have great volunteers, but you also do all the spay and neuter. There are medical problems. And so you guys have to do as much as you can when it comes to fundraising to help take care of all the piggies. So you have a bunch coming up then.
We do. I mean, we're currently working with Green, new vegetarian restaurant. I'm a vegan, and I like to spread the vegan message. And obviously, we don't want to eat our babies and our kiddos. So we're working with Green, which is an amazing local restaurant that serves the best vegan food. They are actually featuring our soy nami, Better Piggies soy nami, which is a delicious, like blizzard type of dessert that you can go and get. And then we're doing a snout art and auction on Saturday where you can bid on a snout art from these guys. They made art from their snoots, and it's adorable. Mimi made some art. You can bid for Mimi's art or Nona's or any of these kiddos. Jimmy, the big guy, they all made it, and it's going to be displayed at Green starting on Saturday. So we're really, really excited about that.
There's a blood drive coming up too.
Yes, I love working with the community. We are Arizona based. So I am born and raised here. So the community is such a huge thing, and there's such a need for blood right now. So we are working with Valanti. I always say it wrong.
Vitalent.
Sorry. We're working with them, and we're going to have a blood drive the end of September. We're really, really excited to have it at the sanctuary. So you can give blood and then also meet all these kiddos.
I love
It's an
this.
exciting time.
Give blood for people. Come meet the piggies. That is cool.
That really is.
Yeah.
Real quick, we're running out of time, but how do folks find more information about what you do?
Yeah, if you go to betterpiggiesrescue.org, all of our events are on the website. And then you can go to our socials too. We're on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and we're at Better Piggies. And we'd love to show you a little bit more of these crazies. You get to meet all of them. And then our tours start up in October. We want to see everybody out for that.
Oh, that'll be fun.
What's a tour entail?
Oh, you get to meet all the pigs. You get to give cuddles and kisses. You get to give some belly scratches, and then you get to snuggle like I'm doing with Nana right now. There you go. Here's Nana.
She's really pretty.
She is. She's my gorgeous baby angel, but she does get up at 3:30 in the morning and screams at me, so we don't like that.
That's kind of like Ty when he walks into the studio
I just
screaming.
start screaming.
We want you to know neither one of us eat bacon either.
Okay, good. Spread the word. Pigs are friends, not food.
Who's that cute one that's just been lounging next to you the whole time that you're scratching right now? That one.
This
yeah.
white one?
Yeah.
This is Cole. He's one of our deaf pigs. He's got special needs, but he is my baby angel too. They're all my baby angels.
Oh my
I can't say. Yeah, he's my sweet kiddo.
All right.
Come meet him. Come say hi.
We need to.
Oh my gosh.
I love Jimmy just stealing the shot. Someone said he was hogging the shot. Get it? Hogging. That's yeah. That was good.
That's our Jimmy.
That's our Jimmy.
That's our Jimmy.
Someone else said they're not vegan, but Green has amazing food. That is really good to know. So head out. We'll put all the info up on our websites. Make sure you guys are taken care of, and you're great friends of the show, so we appreciate it.
Thank you guys so much for having us on, and we adore you guys.
Thank you.
That must be like, I just want a camera, like a pig cam, so we could just watch the pig
Good
cam.
idea.
Pig cam of the day. It is so fun
Little
to watch
stinkers.
them. They are cute though, aren't
He's
they?
like, get out of the way, Cole. I want to lay down. Thanks, Danielle.
Oh,
Thank you.
that was fun. What a great show we had today,
Oh,
didn't
that was
we?
fun.
Yeah.
We covered a wide range of topics.
We sure did. The top
Okay.
stories.
You should head out
weather.
there. I've done a couple of live shots out there.
Yeah, I've never been out there. I've got to go.
A lot of piggies.
A lot of piggies.
They have little ones, big ones. I did a story once with a little Chihuahua that was adopted out with this piggy that was surrendered. And the Chihuahua would actually jump on the back of the pig and ride around that way.
I love that.
It was cute stuff, you guys.
Sure was.
See you tomorrow.
Have a great one.
Well, Des, I was explaining a little earlier this morning, I'm concerned about the overall population here in the Valley.
Oh, no. Why?
Yeah, well, see, this is us today. Remember yesterday, did you hear the actual number? We did hit 117, which seemed like a big one.
Yeah, Crystal did mention that.
Yeah, she did mention that. But I'm concerned because the big chill is coming. We're going to drop 16 degrees by Monday.
Good.
Are we prepared to handle that?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think we're ready.
Okay.
Or I don't know. Maybe I don't speak for the
101.
masses, but we can turn down the temperature dial a little bit.
There you go. Well, speaking of colder climes, today's Dean's Choice camera. You know the thing about that's Flint, Michigan, by the way. And I'm just looking at. I'm surprised.
Is that a brick road? Is it
Oh,
brick?
It does kind of look like it. Doesn't
You don't see
it?
those all too often.
No.
There's like a couple in my hometown too, so it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
you know, kind of rare.
Yeah, now I want to investigate the building on the right because they got all those flags flying. Anyway, I just pulled up a list of the 10 biggest cities in Michigan, and it's not even on it. I feel like it's a pretty famous town in Michigan, Flint, Michigan.
Yeah.
Detroit's number one, then Grand Rapids, and then Warren, and Sterling Heights, and Ann Arbor, and Lansing, and anyway, there you go. So we have got some stories to talk about because the controversy, Des. By the way, how's your day going so far?
Good. It's been a busy day.
Yes?
Yeah, we went to Harry and Izzy's, a new restaurant at the old Paradise Valley Mall.
Okay.
Beautiful. They serve lunch, dinner, so we were
Nice.
there. And then we went out to Scout Vintage in Gilbert, near downtown Gilbert.
Oh,
and
they
that was
love
really
you
fun.
in Gilbert,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
I
you're
hope so.
Chandler, the whole East Valley.
Yeah, I like
right?
the East Valley.
Yeah,
So
you do.
yeah. Some really cool spots
But
today.
speaking of the East Valley, Tempe is the latest city now to say those flock cameras, get them out.
Yeah, here we go. The list keeps growing. Yeah, the controversy continues with flocks. So this was one of our big stories today, and this adds to, again, the growing list of cities around the valley. So Tempe, Cave Creek, they are now ending their contracts, citing growing concerns over privacy protections and data sharing. So both leaders in Cave Creek and Tempe, they say that their officers did nothing wrong, but instead they're pointing to, obviously some high-profile cases that have been in the headlines lately. So Tempe is taking things a step further and just going ahead. Mayor Corey Woods announcing that they're going to shut down all 33 of the city's cameras.
Levels of public safety and service to all of the people who live, work, and play in the city of Tempe. But at the same time, they're just going to simply identify new ways to do that.
Well, I wonder what that means exactly. It is interesting that you had all of these cities who at one point, not that long ago, were convinced that this was a good law enforcement tool that now feel like it's not because of the potential of abuse. So I guess what we'll find out in the coming weeks and months is, we've had the mayor on from Tempe, Mayor Woods, several times. So what are those new ways going to be to conduct law enforcement in their city?
Yeah, you're right. That would be an interesting conversation because there isn't, before this, what were they using, right? This kind of was announced as being new technology and it would help. But if cities really do believe in this, I, would love to see them kind of stick by that a little bit.
Yeah.
Since they obviously installed these, dozens and dozens of cameras in their cities because they believed in it at one point, and just as such a quick
at one point,
turn.
like a few weeks ago, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay. But when it comes to that, Des, I think this is an important story for us to talk about. The Surprise Police Department has announced that their full investigation, one of their officers found that despite what the earlier reports had said, he did not misuse the flock cameras. Remember, this was part of the original outrage of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And so that officer has been fully cleared to return to work. And I just think especially when we're talking about an allegation that is out there and gets investigated and somebody gets cleared, it's really incumbent upon us to get that news out. So the department says they looked into it. What happened was the officer used the technology for legitimate public safety reasons. And the anomaly, if you want to call it that was detected was because he was accessing the website through a bookmark. If you can imagine, this is what started the whole thing. And that made it appear to somebody within the organization that the officer was repeatedly making the same search. But that's not what was going on.
Right.
So that story was out there. Hey, when it's live, we like to take you there. This is coming in from Texas right now. Really interesting what's going on in Texas. That seemed to be a safe red state. But John Cornyn lost the primary, and the voters aren't exactly flocking to the new Republican candidate, a guy named Ken Paxton. So let's listen in for just a minute. This is the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. President Trump is going to be in Texas just a little bit later, but let's listen to the arguments they're laying out.
I'm not going to tell you what an upgrade this will be. I've talked about Tano. Look, okay, in every way, okay. I talk about Tano all around the country, okay, because he's the poster child for what we're trying to do and accomplish this week, okay? Go Texas, that's right, and I do it. I might as well be wearing the Texas logo everywhere I go. And look, y'all, I'm in the middle of a 30-day nonstop campaign fundraising tour. I'm going to 18 states, 34 districts. We don't stop. We save the best for last in South Texas, okay? But I'm telling you, everywhere I go around the country, I talk about Tano. And Eric Flores is two great examples that are down here in South Texas that are going to flip blue seats to red that we've been needing to do for a long time. We got the right people at the right time. They know the people, they know who they represent, and they're ready to fight for your freedom, okay? We got to have them, and we're going to win this thing. And so we have better, far superior candidates. For the first time in 10 years, we have a slight fundraising advantage over the Democrats, okay? Yeah, big deal.
All right, so we'll keep an eye on it this morning. I mean, he's talking more about House candidates. Obviously, that's sort of his bailiwick. That's a word I don't use very often, bailiwick.
Wow.
I like to toss it out
How do you
there.
spell that?
I think it's BALIWICK, but I'll go check. But anyway.
You don't hear that every day.
Yeah, then the Senate race is really the big one. I don't know. Some of these polls are bouncing around all over the place. I can't figure it out. Maybe we won't even know until election night. How about that?
And there's already been a couple surprises, right?
For sure.
So, yeah.
Yep.
And as you heard, he's busy on that tour
Yep.
nonstop. All right. Well, we are excited to have a guest in studio with us this morning. Good morning, Trent.
Morning, Desiree.
Thanks for coming in. So we've got Trent Martin with us today. You're one of the three founders of Cowtown Skateboards, right in the heart of Tempe, near the ASU campus. And you guys have a big fundraiser tonight because not only do you have the store, but you have a nonprofit as well.
Correct. Yeah, we started the shop back in '97.
Here, come real close to the mic. I just want to make sure everybody can hear you.
Here we go.
So yeah, you started the shop when?
Back in '97, just as a way to give back, or basically we wanted to have a skate shop that was different than some of the other shops. We didn't want to have just selling skateboards. It's a transactional thing. We wanted to make sure that there was more of an experience. And so when we started the shop in '97, we wanted to make sure we were giving back to the community then, and it grew from 1 to 4 shops over the years. And back in 2018, we started the nonprofit leg of Cowtown Skateboards, and it's called Cowtown Skate. And tonight we have a fundraiser at Club Contact. It's at 9th Avenue in Van Buren. It starts at 6 p.m. And it's just a fundraiser to learn about what kind of programs we do that impact youth in a positive way.
Cool.
And raise some money for the cause.
Do you still skateboard?
I do.
Yeah? Ron, do you know?
Not enough.
I have skateboarded once or twice, but it's been a long time.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
I would probably, I wouldn't be any good.
Sure. Yeah. Would you say, though, I mean, to triple, quadruple, to go from 1 store to 4 over the years and slowly build your success, is it as much about your commitment to the community and trying to maybe occupy a little bit of a different space as anything else?
I think it's really being community driven. That's been the difference, making sure that, again, like I said, that it's not just this transaction, it's creating experience, mentorship for kids, creating a space where they're comfortable, that they can come and hang out. It's not just about buying something. Learning about the culture, that's something that gets lost in a lot of things, and buying stuff online without that physical interaction. A lot of that gets missed. And so, yeah, we're happy to be here and serve the Valley for nearly 30 years now.
Yeah, and there's a couple different arms or programs, I should say, that the nonprofit is responsible for doing. The Skateboard Angel is one of them. So can you walk us through that, and then the other ways that you're helping Valley youth?
So Skateboard Angel started as a way, we started it 2016 or 2017 maybe. Basically there was another nonprofit called Skate After School, and they served did back-to-school programs or after-school programs for Valley schools, a few of them. They brought their own used skateboards to these kids and would basically teach them how to skate. we decided to partner up with them, and hey, through the shop, let's see if we can get some donations, and every $50-$60 that we get donated, we can turn that into a skateboard and give it to a kid.
Tell us about the event tonight.
Tonight, it's basically just to learn about some of these programs like Skateboard Angel, Skate and Create, our Skate Spots program, a bunch of different things, but just learning, touching on some of those, hearing from some of the people that we've partnered with in the community.
Yeah, you've got a big name part of the event tonight.
Yeah, we've
Jagger?
got Jagger Eaton. He's going to be speaking. He's an Olympic medalist, pro skateboarder that grew up here in the Valley. He's going to be talking about how skateboarding impacted his life and put him on a different trajectory and ultimately landed him in the Olympics.
That's so cool.
A success
Yeah,
story.
right?
That is so
That'll
great.
be
So it's
the story to hear.
Yeah, 6 till 9 o'clock tonight at Club Contact. Where is that?
Correct. Yeah, that's at 9th Avenue in Van Buren. It's $60 to get in. That is going towards the programming, and we chose that $60 as kind of a buffer. It's expensive in one realm, but at the same time, it's like, hey, this is basically that's the amount of a skateboard that we would give to a youth
For every person that attends.
Yeah. So through our Skateboard Angel program, we've given over 9,000 skateboards since the program began. So, and it's been nationwide now too, and actually internationally at this point, we have some skateboards that we shipped to Angola that we're waiting for them to actually process and get under the feet
really
of some kids there.
Wow, and you guys are active throughout the holiday season as well, so we hope to reconnect because you guys are doing a lot of cool stuff in the community.
That would be great. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Thanks for coming in, Trent.
Thank you guys.
Yeah,
Thanks, Trent.
of course.
Okay, very motivating, that's for sure. Here we are now, break time. Seriously, Dean, come on now.
All right.
How are we supposed to figure out
Where's
this
this small
mystery
town?
cam? Oh,
Good
boy.
luck.
Okay, well, they got a nice tin shed over there, some pretty nice covered parking.
Get your guesses in. And then on the other side of the break, you guys, we're talking to hip-hop legend Ice Cube.
Well, there it is, everybody. Our mystery cam, and there are not very many clues on this one. Des, it actually kind of reminds me, believe it or not, of Blythe, California.
Oh, that's
you know, when
really
you're driving,
specific.
yeah, when you're driving on the 10 going over to California, you're like, I'm just grateful there's anything out here. And then you look kind of on the north side of the 10, but it's a little too green. That's a little more deserty. So, what are you thinking?
I'm gonna go with, I don't know, small town in Illinois.
Okay.
Say
We
Illinois.
got an Illinois.
No rhyme or reason.
We see a lot of trucks coming and going, that's for sure. Nebraska, Missouri, Linda, and One Way. And Louis is Oklahoma. Outlawed. I guess I'm going to go with outlaw and say Texas, because what they have over 200 counties. It could be any town in Texas.
Yeah,
So-
that's probably a good guess.
Here she is, everybody.
Yeah, we have a Texas in a couple guesses. Texas, Nebraska, Missouri, Oklahoma, Iowa. All right, so where is this? Oh, it is Andrews, Texas.
No.
Good job, Ron.
Thank you. Thank you. But I have no idea where Andrews, Texas is. That's got to be one of those states I go explore one of these years. I don't know how you would even accomplish that in a week, but let's just see where it is here.
Well,
Des.
you know, they do say everything's bigger in Texas, and now that I look at it, I'm like, wow, you know, that road right there, that main road, is a little wide. So
Yeah, there you go.
Could have been an indicator, I suppose.
Okay, so that is right off the 10, believe it or not. Oh, wait, no, not this. That's not the 10. What highway is that? Anyway, it's just off the highway beyond Midland, Odessa, Texas. So, you know, if you're ever heading out that way and then you come back, that's sort of oil country. So, anyway, good for them. And maybe an hour or so south of Lubbock. A couple hours south of Lubbock and Texas Tech.
All right.
University.
Interesting.
Okay.
There you go. Good guesses today, you guys. Thanks for participating.
How excited are you for this next interview, Des? On a 1 to 10. Come on.
On a 1 to 10?
Yeah.
You know, more like a 20,000, you know, but I'm trying to keep it together, Ice Cube.
Yeah, there you go.
Good morning.
Good to see you. So, do you have a place here in the Valley? Do you call the Valley home?
Sometimes, you know, I got a lot of friends there. I went to school there many, many moons ago. To a place called Phoenix Institute of Technology that's no longer there, but it was cool to be a part of AZ.
How did you end
South
up making
Mountain.
that? How did you end up making that choice to come here to study? And who knows? Maybe that could still be a second career for you, the architectural world. I guess you love it.
I haven't picked up a pencil and a ruler in so long. So, well, you know, it was just a great opportunity. And it was something I was into. And I wanted to do something new. I wanted to get out of LA for a little bit and just try to grow up a little bit. So, you know, coming to Phoenix and being out there on my own for the first time, living, you know, by myself for the first time. You know, I did a lot of growing up out there.
Yeah. Well, we are so excited to welcome you back to the Valley for this show that you've got tomorrow. How excited are you for this show?
It's always great to get together with my brothers. You know, when I'm talking about Snoop Dogg, E40, Too Short, you know, we like the X-Men. You know, when we come together, it's magic. So, you know, we happy to be together and to bring the show to Phoenix or Glendale, you know, that area out there, because you've supported us so long, so many years as solo artists. We've always come through, always get love. You know, I've been getting love since the 80s in Phoenix. So it's great to come there and bring something new after all these years, something fresh. Seeing us up there together is pretty special.
Yeah, it is. A lot of folks, I'm sure, here in the Valley excited for your show. And speaking of, I mean, you are obviously, you know it. You're such a legend in the hip hop world. I mean, just changed the game in so many ways. Obviously, with Dr. Dre and Eazy-E, the start of NWA. When you kind of look back at your collection of music, you know, how does it make you feel? Just the impact that you've had on the hip hop world.
I mean, that's what you want to do in any field that you're in. You want to make an impact. You want to let people know that you was there and remember, you know, what you've done in the space, you know, in the music space. Very proud. You know, it's hard to make a dent in music. You know, you have a lot of one-hitter quitters. You got a lot of people that was here today, gone tomorrow. And so to still be around after a 40-year career, you know, still jumping on big stages, doing big things with big people, it feels pretty good.
Yeah. Well, and I have to ask, what is your favorite song to perform?
It was a good day. You know, makes everybody happy. It's a song that I've been performing since '92. You know, if I don't perform it, you know, there's a price to pay. You know, people are mad. They gonna be hitting up my socials saying, "Q, why didn't you do my favorite song?" So,
wait, so do you start with that, or do you make us wait the whole show for you to get to? It was a good day.
You'll see tomorrow. You know, we don't just do Mount Westmore songs. Matter of fact, we do most of our solo hits. It's just a gumbo of West Coast, you know, music coming at you. You know, it's a big party. And so we're gonna have fun, and we're gonna have a good day for sure.
Yeah, I love Big Subwoofer. That's my favorite Mount Westmore
track.
Yeah, definitely a
crowd
good
favorite
one.
for sure.
Yeah,
I love that you're keeping a little bit of a secret so people don't know exactly what the set list is going to be.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night, by the way, it's at the Desert Diamond Arena. I'm sure the crowd's going to be going crazy. I love hearing you talk about the long haul on all of this and going back so far into Phoenix and what you learned here. One of the parts of your story that I love is, and I'm just going to ask you outright, what is the secret to a long, happy, successful marriage?
I was going to ask too.
I think you guys have now surpassed 30 years together, huh?
Yeah, we've been married 30, you know, coming up on 34 years now. Been together since '89, so it's a few more. And so, you know, to me, it's really making sure that, you know, our friendships stay intact. And, you know, we don't just get caught up in the word marriage. You know, that can make it seem like, you know, it's something like we're locked together, you know, which we are. But at the end of the day, we got to stay friends, got to respect each other, respect each other's opinion, and keep everybody out your business, you know. That's a good way to keep it going.
Yeah, I mean, the balancing your marriage, your career, 5 kids. I have to ask you, because I had a set of twins. I have twin girls. I have 4, but I have twin girls. But I want to, how does it feel to have given birth, well, not you personally, but to your twin, your junior? I mean, he looks exactly like you. What do you think when you look at your son, especially playing you know, in roles like he did in Straight Outta Compton?
Oh, it's great. You know, he's living out his dream. It's amazing to see how he has taken his career and run with it. You know, he got a movie called Idiots that's about to come out tomorrow that he's a producer on. So I'm proud of that he's, you know, expanding his, you know, he's second generation Hollywood. So he's really, you know, having fun doing movies from, you know, Star Wars to Godzilla and everything in between. And Den of Thieves is a big hit for him. He's going to do part 3 to that. So he having fun. I'm having a ball.
Yeah.
Well, most important question.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can tell us, because there's been like some reports, maybe some rumors. Are we getting another Friday?
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
We're working on it as we speak. And it's great. And we working to get that whole gang back together again.
Okay. I think it would be totally cool if your son ends up making a cameo. Is that maybe?
I'll see you in
could
theaters.
really keep it going for how many more generations?
All
Just
right,
saying.
I got to tell you, we've just been handed a note. So one of our producers, a big fan of yours. What is the cool? And we're looking at your setup there, which is really great.
Yeah, everything behind you.
What's the coolest thing in your office? Do you have a favorite behind you there?
Oh man, the coolest thing in my office, I guess. Let's see. I guess my Magic Johnson jersey.
Yeah.
He's my favorite Laker of all time. I got a few records back there. I think that's my Check Yourself Hot 100 single record when that was out. And went platinum. So
yeah,
pretty cool.
Hey, I got to ask you about getting into the Naismith Hall of Fame. So a relative of mine just made it 2 weeks ago. That's Mike D'Antoni. He used to coach everybody from the Lakers to the Knicks to the Suns. And it was like a lifetime. It really mattered to him. How about for you to get into, I know you love the sport, but to be honored by the Naismith Hall of Fame? Talk about that for a minute.
Dream come true. I mean, not even a dream come true, just something that I never dreamed of to happen. Working with the big three, you're just trying to do the right thing for sports fans, for basketball fans. Let's keep it going till football start. And then this is bestowed on me, and it was shocking. And I'm still amazed that something I did or started 9 years ago has got that kind of recognition. We have an Ice Cube Impact Award that we gave to Nancy Lieberman this year, and we're going to give it out every year to people who making an impact, with the game of basketball, not on the court, but off the court. So
That's so
it's a
great.
pretty
Yeah.
cool award.
Yeah, I know
we're
we
out of
took you
time.
past your time real quick because on Instagram, folks were wanting me to ask you, Big Three, is it coming to Phoenix? Can they expect that anytime soon?
Hopefully, we've been
Okay.
trying to get there. It'd be great if, some of the folks out there with a few dollars in their pocket put a team together and we
All
can
right.
be there
Yeah,
every
put the
year,
call out.
Yeah.
Thanks so
I'm
much
putting
for
the
your
word out.
time.
We're going public. The league is going public.
Yeah.
Look,
Okay.
That was a big announcement,
TONT. And hey, would love to be part of, Phoenix, AZ. Don't let Tucson beat you to it.
Oh, no.
Ice
we
Cube
cannot let that
himself.
happen.
Fantastic. Appreciate you and your time.
Thank you. So nice talking to you
Taking it
today.
All right, see y'all tomorrow.
Oh, yep. All right, you guys, that's it for us today. We'll see you tomorrow.